One of the most prosperous investors in the world, Warren Buffett, is well known for his straightforward yet significant financial insights. Buffett is well known for leading a modest life in spite of his enormous riches, and his investing and life teachings are instructive, especially when it comes to avoiding bad financial choices that might impede financial freedom. We'll look at 11 common wasteful spending items in this video, along with how Buffett's strategy is different. Do you find this topic interesting? If so, leave a comment below saying, "I'll be my family's first billionaire." Simply leave a remark below, and you will attract fortune into your life. I will be the first millionaire in my family. However, you must now leave a remark. I'll give your remark a heart when I see it. Additionally, if you are able, please subscribe and like. It significantly benefits the channel and takes less than a second. I also want to use this chance to express my gratitude to everyone for their comments, suggestions, and support. Thank you very much. Let's begin now that you have subscribed and left a remark. First place goes to low-value investments. The finest investment somebody can make is in oneself, according to Buffett's core convictions. The most significant investment you can make is in yourself, as he famously stated. People may ensure lifetime rewards on their abilities and insights by learning new things and expanding their knowledge. Buffett reads for around 80% of the day and advises aiming for 500 pages each day to increase knowledge and make better decisions. Avoid low-value investments as they frequently don't support long-term growth. Buffett suggests investing in skills, education, and self-improvement rather than items that lose value. These may be accomplished without costly courses by gaining knowledge that yields long-term benefits. Number 2. Debt from credit cards. Buffett has a strong position on debt, especially credit card debt. Steer clear of it whenever you can. He uses his American Express card only 2% of the time and generally pays with cash. A classic financial trap is credit card debt because of its high interest rates and ease of overspending. Buffett suggests avoiding purchases that cannot be fully repaid at the end of the month and sticking to one's budget. His strategy highlights the value of financial self-control by stressing that credit cards are instruments to be utilized carefully rather than extra cash. Third, quantity rather than quality. Buffett is well known for emphasizing quality over quantity, particularly when it comes to investment. He famously said, "It's much better to purchase a great company at a reasonable price than to purchase a fair company at a great price." This also holds true for regular purchases. In an attempt to save money, many consumers choose for less expensive, lower-quality products, but they frequently need to be replaced, which raises long-term expenses. Buffett places a high value on quality by making investments in long-lasting, well-made goods that eventually save money and cut down on waste. It's about looking at long-term value instead of short-term expenses. Fourth, needless cost. Buffett is renowned for his frugal spending habits. He is well known for leading a modest life and refraining from indulging in luxuries like the newest technological devices or fancy clothing. He thinks money should be spent on things that actually make life better. Buffett just made the transition to a smartphone in 2020 after years of using a $20 flip phone. One of his most frequently cited pieces of advice is to spend what is left over after saving rather than conserving what is left over. This way of thinking helps people attain financial security, prevent impulsive purchases, and prioritize savings over discretionary expenditure. Number 5. New cars. Cars are depreciating assets, losing value as soon as they're driven off the lot. Buffett recognizes this and prefers buying used cars, driving them for as long as possible. For instance, he drives only about 3,500 miles a year, allowing him to keep cars for many years. This practical approach contrasts with the common habit of frequently upgrading cars, which leads to significant losses due to depreciation. Buying a reliable used car and keeping it for years is a financially sound strategy that anyone can adopt. Number 6. Purchases at full price. No matter how wealthy he is, Buffett constantly looks for excellent offers. He once showed his dedication to saving money by using coupons while dining with Bill Gates. Over time, even little savings mount up. You may save money without compromising quality by looking for sales and avoiding full-price products. Even when one can afford to pay full price, this way of thinking emphasizes value consciousness and strengthens financial discipline. 7. Frequent nights out. Buffett values routines and basic pleasures over a lavish social life. He doesn't dine out often and maintains an inexpensive diet. Frequent dining out may rapidly mount up, making it a considerable cost. Instead, Buffett advocates adopting simpler routines like cooking at home. It's about making decisions that provide financial security, not about deprivation. Reducing frequent excursions is a good method to save money. 8. Missed chances. Buffett has taken advantage of chances that others would pass up throughout his life. Rather than waiting for chances, he created them in his early years by delivering newspapers, selling used golf balls, and buffing vehicles. He urges people to follow his example of taking the initiative to earn money. People frequently pass up opportunities to make more money because they aren't actively seeking. Financial health may be considerably enhanced by remaining aware of opportunities and seizing them. Now type this in the comments section. Improving financial well-being may be greatly aided by always alert for possibilities and acting swiftly. I'll give you a heart when I see your remarks, since I know you're wise. After your comment, let's go on. 9. Gambling. Buffett views gambling negatively, describing it as a tax on ignorance and socially repugnant. He thinks it preys on people who can't afford it the most. Buffett suggests prudent saving and investing as an alternative to gambling. Gambling is a dangerous activity that frequently leads to financial loss. Gambling is not as effective as putting aside even a modest sum each month in an interest-bearing account. 10. Living above your means. A prime example of living within one's means is Buffett's way of life. He stays away from excessive luxury and still lives in the same home he purchased decades ago. He highlights the distinction between standard of life and expensive living, considering prosperity to be more about financial stability than extravagant spending. Making deliberate decisions, concentrating on necessities rather than wants, and leading a pleasant life free from financial stress are all components of living within your means. Number 11. Expensive membership. Subscription services for fitness, streaming, and other conveniences may add up rapidly in the current digital era. A lot of individuals make needless purchases because they forget how many memberships they are paying for. Buffett steers clear of ongoing expenses that don't contribute value. One useful method of saving money is to review and terminate any subscriptions that aren't being used. Better financial management is ensured by only paying for items that genuinely bring value. Warren Buffett's sound financial advice places a strong emphasis on investing, saving, and long-term value. Anyone may strive toward financial stability and steer clear of typical financial hazards by using his techniques. The 11 secret behaviors of subtly rich individuals will be the subject of our next discussion. You may envision lavish houses, stylish clothing, and fancy automobiles when you think about money. Many people who are actually affluent, meanwhile, don't match this ostentatious caricature. Instead, they use purposeful, disciplined routines to subtly accumulate and preserve their riches. Because they don't feel the need to demonstrate their financial success, these are the folks you would never assume to be wealthy. Their understated approach to wealth is a long-term financial stability plan, not merely a personal choice. Let's examine the behaviors that people who are quietly affluent adopt and how they significantly impact their lives. First habit. They place a high value on financial literacy. Quietly prosperous individuals are aware of the power of financial knowledge. They set aside time to study financial markets, taxation, and investing. They use their knowledge to make well-informed judgments rather than depending only on consultants. For example, after understanding that index funds outperform actively managed funds over the long term, people may decide to invest in them. Instead than following trends, they adhere to tactics that guarantee stability and expansion. These people make their money work for them and steer clear of expensive blunders by placing a high priority on financial literacy. Now type this in the comments section. Rich people place a high value on financial literacy and concentrate on figuring out how to make their money work for them. To help us achieve 100,000 subscribers, please click the like button if you've enjoyed the content thus far. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. We're headed there. Can I rely on your assistance? I subscribed. Please remark if you have already done so. I subscribed, so feel free to leave a remark. I appreciate you doing it. After your comment, let's go on. The second habit is living below their means. The capacity to live below their means is one of the traits that distinguish the quietly rich. Even though they can afford to live opulent lives, they choose functionality to luxury. For instance, they can live in residences that are enough for their requirements without being unduly ostentatious, or they might drive dependable cars rather than pricey luxury cars. Instead than often overspending on branded or trendy products, a discreetly affluent person can have a well-made classic wardrobe. They may save and invest more because of this practice, which guarantees that their wealth will increase gradually over time. The third habit is that they concentrate on long-term objectives. Quietly rich people don't often indulge on fleeting pleasures. They are patient with their financial choices and investments because they are committed to creating wealth for future generations. This might entail holding assets that increase in value over time, such as stocks, rental properties, or companies. They stick to techniques that yield long-term advantages rather than fretting about immediate gains. For example, people might make contributions to tax-free retirement funds or reinvest stock profits. They are able to steadily build money while avoiding rash financial judgments because of their patience and discipline. The fourth habit is avoiding lifestyle inflation as money rises. It's tempting to improve every element of life, including homes, vehicles, and trips. Quietly rich individuals, however, fight the need to exaggerate their lifestyles. They are aware that leading an opulent lifestyle might deplete resources and impede financial advancement. For instance, people may decide to remodel their present home rather than move up to a bigger one. By controlling their spending, they have more money to save and invest, which guarantees that their wealth will keep increasing. The fifth habit is that they respect privacy. Private preference is typically associated with quiet affluence. These people don't see the need to flaunt their achievements, not because they are afraid, but rather because they cherish their tranquility. They steer clear of ostentatious shows of riches. Quietly rich individuals, for example, prefer to enjoy their holidays without sharing them on social media, even if others may show off their costly vacations. This strategy avoids unwanted attention while simultaneously protecting their money. The sixth habit is creating several sources of income. Those who are quietly affluent are aware of the value of diversity, particularly in terms of revenue. They almost never depend on a single source of revenue. Rather, they create a variety of revenue sources, including dividends, side gigs, rental income, and royalties from intellectual property. Even during economic downturns, this practice guarantees financial stability. For instance, other sources of revenue might take over if one slows down. By developing several revenue streams, they may also reinvest profits into new projects, starting a never-ending growth cycle. Go to the comments now and write this. I'm determined to create several sources of income in order to guarantee a stable financial future. I'll give you a heart when I see your remark, since I know you're wise. After your comment, let's go on. The seventh habit is their picky connection choices. The people in your life have a big impact on your financial behavior. People who are quietly affluent are picky about who they associate with and tend to choose people who match their ideals. Negative influences that promote careless spending or harmful competitiveness are avoided by them. Instead, they create networks of driven, encouraging individuals who encourage them to advance both financially and personally. For example, they may participate in mentoring programs, mastermind groups, or conferences to meet others who prioritize long-term success and financial discipline. The eighth habit is that they put their health first. Being wealthy involves more than simply having money. It also involves being happy. Quietly affluent people know that one of the most precious things is being healthy. To make sure they can reap the rewards of their effort, they spend money on preventative treatment, wholesome diet, and consistent exercise. For instance, they could prepare nutritious meals at home rather than often dining out at pricey restaurants. They see these practices as an investment in their lifespan, which eventually lowers medical costs and improves their standard of living. For example, they could save money and purchase a dependable second-hand automobile outright rather than financing a premium car. They can escape the stress and financial strain of gradually repaying enormous debts thanks to this behavior. The 10th habit is giving back. Quiet riches frequently rest on philanthropy. These people act without calling attention to themselves because they think that they should use their wealth to change the world. They may sponsor scholarships, donate anonymously to charity, or support issues close to their hearts. Giving back gives them a feeling of purpose that goes beyond financial gain and enhances their communities. 11th habit. They become experts at delaying gratification. One of the most important qualities of the quietly rich is patience. They are prepared to hold off on making investments or purchases until the proper possibilities present themselves. For example, they patiently wait for opportunities that are inexpensive rather than purchasing stocks during market mania. This kind of thinking also applies to individual expenditures. To make sure it fits with their financial objectives, they could save for years before purchasing their ideal automobile or trip. Their 12th habit is keeping a close eye on their money. Wealthy individuals who are quiet are careful to monitor their earnings, outlays, and investments. They keep tabs on their financial status by using tools like spreadsheets and budgeting applications. By following this procedure, every dollar is tracked down and used effectively. They may, for instance, examine their money once a month to find wasteful spending and modify their spending plan. They maintain their financial stability and track their progress toward their objectives thanks to this practice. The 13th habit is that they prioritize value above price. Quietly affluent people are thrifty, but they know the difference between being thrifty and being value conscious. They are prepared to pay more for superior products that are more useful and last longer. For instance, they could spend money on long-lasting equipment or well-made, timeless apparel. This strategy fits with their ecological lifestyle and ultimately saves money. By the way, please leave a remark saying, "I want more" if you're liking the video so far and would want to see more themes like this. They have a clear vision for the future, which is habit number 14. Lastly, quietly wealthy people have a clear sense of where they want to be financially and personally. They create thorough strategies to accomplish their long-term objectives. Their vision keeps them motivated and focused, whether they are founding a nonprofit foundation, paying for their children's school, or retiring early. Financial success isn't about ostentatious displays or unrelenting consumption, as seen by the behaviors of discreetly rich people. Discipline, long-term planning, and upholding your moral principles are key. Anyone may start along the path to long-term prosperity and a happy life by forming these habits. Are you prepared to adopt the attitude of the silently affluent? If you said yes, please put this in the comment section. I'm prepared to adopt the attitude of the subtly affluent. I'll give you a heart when I see your remark since I know you're wise. After your remark, I'll go into the function of a wage and the reasons why you shouldn't rely on it for the rest of your life. Salary is money to launch a business, not just a means of subsistence. I am now successful, financially independent, and my own boss. I learned an important lesson from this. You can never become truly wealthy by depending only on your wage. Therefore, never do so. Instead of being a way to maintain a job for the rest of your life, a paycheck should be seen as seed money. Not only is it restrictive to continue working until you are 60 or 70 years old, but it is also a lost chance to create something bigger. Gathering resources for a future endeavor, rather than just surviving, should be the main goal of work. Now go to the comments and type this, so it will cling to your brain. Gathering resources for a future endeavor, rather than just surviving, should be the main goal of work. I'll give you a heart when I see your remark, since I know you're wise. After your comment, let's go on. It takes discipline to have this mentality. You have to give up certain joys as an employee in order to protect your future. For example, an employee should concentrate on saving and building capital while others take vacations, purchase automobiles, or spend money on fleeting pleasures. Refrain from wasting time on passive pursuits like watching TV after arriving home from work. Rather, spend that time developing your future vision. Recognize the seed time harvest concept. You have effectively devoured your future if you consume your seed, whether via excessive expenditure or unneeded indulgences. When properly handled, a paycheck may serve as the cornerstone of financial independence, but only if you avoid treating it as a permanent fix. Allow me to reveal one more secret that will change your life. Working for money was never intended for you. You had a reason for working. Because we have inverted this core kingdom concept, many individuals suffer from burnout, sadness, and early aging. We pursue several careers, sometimes at the expense of our sleep and family time. Here's the reality, though. Money becomes your employer if you work for it. You don't work for money in God's kingdom. Your money should work for you. God intends for resources to serve you, not the other way around. Whenever He bestows them onto you, working for a cause should be your main priority. Finding your mission will lead to financial success. To sum up, the knowledge imparted in this video is more than simply financial advice. It contains transformative ideas that may alter the way you see success, money, and meaning. You can take charge of your future and realize your full potential by avoiding typical financial blunders, following the example of the quietly affluent, and viewing your pay as seed money rather than a safety net. I'd love to know whether this video has improved your life and you're eager to take full use of it. Please share your feedback in the comments below, and don't forget to include the phrase, "I watched the video till the very end, so give me a heart." When I see your comment, I'll make sure to give you a heart. To continue your journey to success, there are 3 important steps you need to take. 1. Like this video. 2. Subscribe to this channel. 3. Turn on the notification bell. By doing this, you'll ensure you never miss out on the life-transformative information we share each week for free. Don't miss our future videos, where we'll be sharing even more golden nuggets of knowledge. All I ask for is your subscription, and I sincerely appreciate it. Creating quality content for you is our passion, and your support keeps us going strong. If you've enjoyed our content and would like to contribute, consider buying us a coffee. Simply go to the description of this video and click on the Buy Me a Coffee link to make a donation. Your contribution helps us produce more videos, explore new topics, and enhance the overall experience for you. However, you may be wondering how to truly succeed financially and create money for future generations. I can be of assistance there. I'll walk you through the process of being financially successful. Click on this video link for more in-depth information. We would love to hear your story about how this channel has affected you. Please share it in the comment section. I appreciate you listening. Check out our other videos that are currently playing on your screen. You are loved by us.